Hello, welcome back to the channel, and recording this about an hour after the NBA draft lottery just happened. Happy Mother's Day to anyone that's watching this video as it comes out. But yeah, the Detroit Pistons have fallen once again to pick 5. They have the worst odds, went from 1 to 5 last season, obviously missing out on a what appears to be a generational type guy in Wembanyama. Won the Rookie of the Year and was a freak of nature. And now they find themselves in 5th in one of the worst draft classes in recent memory coming into it. Obviously, it's happened before. I mean, but they did compare it to the 2013 draft class where, you have Giannis at pick 15, who no one knew about, and Rudy Gobert at like 30. Pick 1 being Anthony Bennett. Kind of a tough one to look at. I mean, I can look at the see if it goes back this far on Tankathon, which I was on beforehand. And now, unfortunately, going to probably be on it again next year. But, if Pistons won't win the lottery, then anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Anthony Bennett, Victor Oladipo, Otto Porter, Cody Zeller, Alex Len, Nerlens Noel, Ben McLemore, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Trey Burke, and CJ McCollum. There's 2 players still playing out of that group? I mean, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's on the NBA champion on the Knicks, on the Nuggets, and I think even with the Lakers as well. Would have been a year after, but and then TJ McCollum obviously doing his thing in New Orleans now. So if you're comparing your draft class to that, it's a pretty rough scenes. I mean, I'm actually going to look through it just even see if there's anyone else in the 2013 that even matters. Quickly. Sorry. Steven Adams, pretty good. That was Rookie of the Year, Michael Carter-Williams, by the way. Just kind of let you know how it goes. Tim Hardaway Jr. is super late in the first. He's fine. Andre Roberson was okay for a bit. Rudy Gobert, Second round, anybody of note? Scanning quickly, no. And like not even guys I can think of. Raul Neto, 47. He played a bit. Peyton Siva, the Pistons at 56. Yeah, no, nothing. So, nothing really crazy to look forward to. But if you're the Pistons, what are you going to do here? You're probably going to trade the pick. The problem with trading the pick is one of the teams that you're maybe going to look at was potentially getting Trae Young. Obviously, Atlanta went from pick 10 to 1. It was the, third or fourth farthest jump, I think they've said. I believe they have the best record. I think there's one team that doesn't have it more. The other people that jumped was like the Magic to get Penny Hardaway. Well, they got Chris Webber, but traded him to the Gold State. And then they also had the other jump was the Bulls for Kyrie, the Bulls for Derrick Rose, and the Celtics for Cavaliers for Kyrie. Excuse me. So that was kind of the jumps we saw from there. Other than that, the Hawks were in the play-in game and won the lottery. This for me is just the hardest part. Is this was the Pistons for a long time. If you really think about it. Let's go back to a few of the Pistons here. Past drafts, again, I know I just keep clicking all over it. I don't have the screen shared, but for me, I'm going back and forth pretty much on the same things here. 2019 was a year we barely missed out. It'd be like if us winning the lottery in that year. 2019, what was the Pistons? Pistons were pick 15. It wouldn't have been that bad. I'm trying to think of a year where 2020, the year the Pistons would have jumped up and got Anthony Edwards. Would have been a good example of that. Maybe even like 2017-ish. I'm trying to think of it. Again, a year Pistons were down, like 2018. Oh, yeah, let's jump up 2018. Let's go instead of Stanley Johnson, the Pistons take Karl-Anthony Towns. That's kind of what we have going on here. Last year, for example, would have been like Oklahoma City winning Wembanyama. Obviously, that's not as crazy of a thing as with how many picks they have, but you kind of get the point. Like the jump from 10 to 1 is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, they had a 3% chance. It came out. It is what it is. But if you're going to pick and you're going to stick and pick, who are you going to take? A few of the guys you can look at. Mateus Buzelis is one of our Matas Buzelis. He's a 6'11 forward out of the G League Ignite. Pretty good defensively. He had 2 blocks and a steal a game. It's weird with the stats in the G League because they kind of played fake players, but it is what it is. He's got his minuses though, of course. Defensive efficiency, offensive rating, free throw attempt rate, 3-point projection of percentage, and 3-point percentage. So he's a kind of a wing that can't shoot. Now, I wonder if we've had any of those on the Pistons before. I think he's got a way better chance of developing a shot as opposed to the other guys because at least can hit some shots. But, his player comp is Hedo Turkoglu, according to NBA.com. When you watch his highlights, 90% of them are dunks. Reminds me of like the high school guys where it's like, oh, this guy, his whole highlight reel is just windmill dunks. It's like, yeah, he's dunking over guys like me playing. So whatever. But G League, obviously a little bit better competition. But I mean, not many guys have done super good from the G League Ignite. I mean, I guess Jalen Green, but he's almost too good to fail. Scoot Henderson, kind of it not much to get super hyped about against. Rob Dillingham's another one I would really like. Player comparison for him they gave was Darius Garland. Obviously, Darius Garland's kind of struggling in the series right now, but would be a good option to potentially pair Cade with. Then you would think, hey, we have Ivy already. It's just a total mess. I would just draft best available. Ron Holland's another guy you might look at. Small forward from the G League Ignite as well, 6', 200. I think he's another guy that's a kind of an athletic freak wing that can't really shoot, I believe. Good steals, good defense. Let's see here. Free throw percentage, 3-point percentage, 20%, 24%. Same with Mateus. He's like 26%. So, and the only shooter you have in this draft really is Reed Shepherd at Kentucky, but you're not going to draft just a pure shooter, really, at pick 5 when you need a lot of help. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes higher to like the Rockets or something, purely because they need guys to do that. But the guy I would take, me being dead serious, I know I do have an affection for Tennessee due to some family ties. I would like Dalton Connect. He's a scorer, guy that scores. Yeah, he's a bit older. When you're putting up 40-point games like nothing in the SEC, 30-point games, you're averaging 30 points basically most of the year. That's all I want. There's a guy that can score, can shoot. Can he do it in the LCA? Yes, dude. Check out his highlights against Purdue in the Elite Eight. He hit every shot. I was behind the basket. You may be able to see me in some of the highlights. Dude was unguardable. He was just hitting every shot. Seemed like a heat check. He was just hitting them, and that's something you need. Look at the pace, the Knicks right now, and tell me about guys being too old. Brunson and Hart and those guys, almost Naismith type player of the years or Naismith type player of the years. He was dominating college. He's 23, almost 24, I think. He's 23, 6'6", 213. He's fine. He's a good wing that can shoot and slash and score. I think it's exactly what the Pistons need. It'd be a bit of a reach, but again, if the draft class sucks, who cares that you're reaching? Other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, Nikola Topic is a 6'6" point guard. You're not going to take him. You're not going to take one of the centers, I wouldn't think, in Sar or Klingon. I don't even know if they'll be there. And then Zachary Reisiker, he's young, he's French, and he played with Wembanyama. Now, as for things he's good at in basketball, I don't know if you'll even get those in a pro column, but that is what it is. So, what else would you do with the pick? You would trade the pick. Does it have any value? Not really. I mean, maybe you can get a lottery team to bite, like the Thunder. They need shooting. Would they take Dalton Connect? I think so. Would they trade out a few picks for him? Probably. You just get extra picks or useless guys to them, and that's just tough. I think one of the guys you could look at trading is the Pelicans have been kind of making it pretty clear that they're probably going to move on from Ingram. Okay, it's a 1-year contract. You might have to convince him to sign it later. Would you do Ivy Stu and pick 5 for Ingram? I would. Would that even fetch you Ingram? That's a whole different conversation. But if you have a starting lineup of Cade, I mean, what even would it be? Like what? Cade, Sasser, maybe at the 2. I don't even know. Fontecchio, Brandon Ingram, maybe one of the Bridges is if you trade for another one or get another sign in. Bridges is another guy you could trade for. And you got Duran at the center with Brandon Ingram. That might work. The idea of trading for Donovan Mitchell, or not Donovan Mitchell, he'd be good to trade for as well. But Devin Booker has been kind of the pipe dream. If you got pick 1, maybe you could sneak in, pick 1 and a few other stuff. Probably not going to happen. But yeah, the Pistons with the 5. It just sucks. Like, without trying to take the Pistons angle out of it as much as I can. You look at the NBA here, right? And the record and how it was. A team that won 36 games just won the lottery. You had the Pistons with winning 14 and the Washington Wizards, I almost just said Capitals, winning 15 games. One of those 2 teams should have won the lottery. Okay. And I know it wasn't going to be the Pistons because we don't get anything here. That's just so funny that the year that there's no guy should go number 1, you fall to 5. I know this is a little bit of a scattering video. I just kind of want to get out there and just get it pissed. I mean, there's no sense of them going up so high, Atlanta. They don't even need the pick. It's not like as rigged as Bedard to the Blackhawks was, but it's like you were going to probably trade pick 1 You're probably going to trade Trae Young away. You're probably going to request a trade if you're the Hawks. Now you got pick 1. You can pair him with DeAndre Hunter, and that gets whoever you want. That jumps whatever Pistons could offer. What would you rather have, DeAndre Hunter in pick 1 or Beef Stew, Ivy in pick 5? Like, get serious. That gets you could do pick 1 and, DeAndre Hunter or someone else and go get, I don't know, Zach LaVine. I don't know if that's even much of an upgrade, but just like something, you can make something happen with pick 1. Even if it's a bad class, you can make something happen. So it's so bad. Like how do you expect teams like the Detroit and Washington to get better? Just whatever. Like, they have Kuzma and Poole, sure. We have Cade, sure. But like, you watch some of these teams playing, like, I'm recording this and the Knicks are down by 30, but you're going to have the Nuggets and the Timberwolves on later today. There's no Jokic on the Pistons. There's no Anthony Edwards on the Pistons, clearly. But like, it's just a different sport. Like, I was actually talking to my good friend Isaac about this. If the Pistons fold as an organization tomorrow, how many of their players even get picked up? Stu, probably. Cade, of course. Fontecchio, probably. Ivy, probably. Asar, Duran, probably. Like, the fact that it's not yeses, like, how many guys would like people like trade for on the Pistons? Cade would be one, but we'd probably ask for too much. Like, it's just it's such a mess, and it's funny because it's not funny because he's going to lose his job, Troy Weaver. But is he going to get fired because we got pick 5? Like, if we got pick 1, it's like, okay, give him another year, see what he can do. Do you even trust someone to know what they're doing at pick 5? Like, is he going to lose his job purely because we fell? I don't know. I'm scatterbrained. I'm mad. It's annoying. It is what it is. I'm watching bad teams picked around us, like, Indiana be tied in the second round of the playoffs going into game 5. And, the Cavs were just as bad as us. The Magic were just as bad as us, and they're all in it. The Rockets were just as bad. They moved up to pick 3 with the trade they got. They got a pick from giving up James Harden, starting the rebuild. We couldn't even trade anything away from picks, really. I mean, Kate, I guess. Look at you, have pick 3, and they almost made the playoffs. It is what it is. Like, as soon as it came out that Utah was 10, I was like, did we really just have 3 guys jump us, or 2 guys jump us? And then Portland at 7, I was like, oh wow. So that's 3, or that's like 3 or 4 bad teams. And then, of course, since not like San Antonio needs any more help moving up, but whatever. Like, they're 22 wins, but like, who cares? They have like the best player going forward in the league, whatever. So again, all over the place. I apologize. It might be a bit of a different audience since we have NBA stuff coming on, but I'll try to do my best to to actually talk about what the Pistons could do in the future, just going forward. I just do quick little bullets of some of the guys that we're looking at now, and I'll do full draft breakdowns hopefully going forward of the other guys. But that is what it is. No draft lottery luck again. If you go on my Twitter at Blake Stackpool, I was tweeting it out a lot today. The Detroit Pistons, the city of Detroit, has never moved up in history lottery. It'll say we did in 2021 to get Cade, but we had tied for first odds. Like, pick 1 and 2, there's no difference in terms of moving up. So we were tied for first. So yeah, that is what it is. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and happy Mother's Day out there. Hope you enjoyed it and had fun with your moms, or doing nice things for the motherly figures in your life, and didn't deal with watching the Tigers get killed and the Pistons getting smoked in the lottery. So yeah, that is what it is. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Right here. Detroit, I'm all the way in. Detroit Pistons, I'm all the way in. Let's do it.